Don't leave me hanging. It's go time.
Hey everybody, this is Josh, and here we have another best of 3 from the StarCraft 2 All Stars Invitational played in South Korea a couple of weeks ago. Here, the red Terran on the bottom left of Xel'Naga Caverns is Ensnare, well known throughout the beta and the early retail for being a very good Terran. And in the top right of the map, we have the blue Zerg Kyrix, and Kyrix is pretty well known for reaching the semifinals of the GSL2 tournament, where he showed us quite a lot of good Baneling play, and since, you know, Terran actually has been showing a lot of Marine aggression lately, Banelings might be the ticket against Ensnare here in this best of 3. But I've already cast several series from these SC2 All-Stars. I figured I might as well cast the entire round of 16 at least. A couple of series from the round of 8 and the semis and things like that have popped up on other casters' channels, but I will try and do all of the round of 16 and probably the finals after that. I don't know if I can get every single game cast. It's something like 43 games, but we'll see. And oh, if you notice, down in the bottom right of this YouTube tab, you can actually watch this video in 1080p. I gave this 1080p experiment a little bit of time when I first got a bigger monitor, but now, due to some suggestions, I have actually got another hard drive installed in my computer so I can record to a different drive than StarCraft 2 is located on, and it works like a charm. I was getting like 20 frames per second when I tried to record on the same drive. I'm getting 30, solid 30 all the way now, so thank you very much to those who suggested that. And also I've figured out a good way to export after several trial and error attempts. I found the best settings to upload, so hopefully I'll be bringing you 1080p from now on, so it should look very good. Let me know if you do watch this in 1080p how it stacks up to the other casters. But anyway, back to the game at hand. Ensnare actually built a manor engineering bay here outside of Kyrix natural so that he could not expand. Instead, Kyrix just dropped a spawning pool at a sort of delayed time. He did throw up a gas, but has not put any drones on it yet until just now, so I'm not sure if he had something planned with an additional hatchery and now is forced to be doing something else, or if that was just a purposeful delay so that he can get, I don't know, a roach warren up. We'll see. But either way, building that gas and then not dropping any drones in it is kind of a waste of time. He could have, you know, built another drone faster or something like that. But finally, this engineering bay being whittled down by 3 drones does go down. He doesn't have enough minerals just yet. Now he does. So he does drop that hatchery. And back at home, just getting a queen, acting like nothing ever happened. But Ensnare is getting a tech lab onto his first barracks. He's putting a factory up right now. He's getting his orbital command. Actually, might be a little late on that orbital. He probably got the factory started as soon as he possibly could. We'll see if he does do any Hellion play or not, or if he switches it onto this tech lab very quickly. Doesn't look like he's getting any upgrades out of the tech lab for his infantry yet, so that actually could happen. Or he might just, you know, collect enough gas to get up to that starport very quickly, start with a 1-1-1 and see what he does from there. Couple of Zerglings popping up here. They'll find that there are no Marines here to block just yet. Oh, and that's incredible for Kyrix. He was able to kill that SCV right before the factory finished, delaying him about 20 seconds, 15 seconds maybe, before that other SCV comes over and starts finishing off that factory. Now a Hellion is coming out, more Marines coming out of that barracks. No swap just yet. Doesn't want those Lings running up. He doesn't know how many Lings are down there either. So good move by Ensnare not to get a little too greedy. He moves his Marines down now and sees that there are only 2 Lings, so if he wants to do this swap, he can actually do it right now. He did make 1 Hellion real quick out of that factory before flipping them over, and he is going to be able to kill both of these Lings with ease. Didn't even take a hit, and now looks like tanks are going to be on the way. No, actually, he's getting pre-igniter and more Hellions and another barracks and a command center. So he went 1-1 expand, no starport being built just yet, just 2 more barracks, so he'll be on 3 racks and a factory soon against Kyrix. And Kyrix hasn't actually done a lot of teching at all. Actually, he's just now getting his lair started, did not build a Baneling nest, did not build a roach nest, roach warren. And now this Hellion is in here trying to rack up some drone kills, playing Ring Around the Rosie with this queen. Roach warren is coming up now finally for Kyrix. How many drone kills is he going to get? He only got 1 there in that whole process. He killed those two Lings at the beginning and just 1 drone after that. Oh, now a second Hellion is though, so he can hit both sides at once. Another drone does go down there. A couple of them are very low. If he could get both of these Hellions blasting at the same time. I'm sure he could do some damage. Now Kyrix showing up with some speedlings, and this queen, of course, that was here already. These lings are probably going to be killed off as well if Ensnare does micro his Hellions, and there it looks like he is going to be able to kill off all of those lings. And now he's got these 2 Marines from the beginning helping him out. This batch of speedlings actually could do some damage here to these Hellions, probably finish them off as they are both in very low health. But if Ensnare micros this, he could still get some more kills. There we see 3, 4, 5, 6 lings go down when this next Hellion pops out, and Pre-Igniter is done. So now he flips that barracks back onto the tech lab. He just wanted to get the blue flame, and now he's done with that. He's got 3 racks here, all on tech labs. His orbital command is now done for his natural. He can go ahead and fly that over whenever he wants. He's going to drop mules with it right away, though. Speedlings running across the map for Kyrix down to Ensnare's base. Let's see what they're able to do. Probably going to kill these Marines without any problem. And then I'm not sure what they're going to do. Probably just try to block this CC from landing. Or not. I don't know if Kyrix knew that there was a CC there. Actually, I'm not sure Kyrix has done any scouting through the main in a while. No, he actually hasn't. He's got one Overlord here that he could sack to gain some information, but that's pretty much the only way he's going to see what Ensnare is up to. These 3 Hellions with Pre-Igniter, all at full health, going to be able to roast through these lings. They are still very quick as well, so they can just stop, move, and end up roasting a lot of Zerglings there. But Kyrix just lets it Ensnare expand here. This Roach Warren is done. He's getting 7 right now out of these eggs. He's got quite a lot of speedlings, 7 roaches, actually more roaches now, 10 roaches coming to deal with these Hellions. Pre-Igniters don't really do quite as much to roaches as they do to lings, as you see Ensnare retreat there, and now Kyrix is on the move with these many roaches. I'm not sure if Ensnare has actually got the right unit composition to stop this. He does have 6 Marauders here and is making more all the time. You see 3 more in that production tab, but this is a pretty severe number of roaches and lings here. If the Hellions and the Marauders shoot what they're supposed to, he might be able to hold this off, but we'll see in just a moment as Kyrix does press in here. He's surrounding the Marauders with the lings, but they all go down to those Blue Flame Hellions very quickly. Not many roaches left here in comparison, and Ensnare's got a decent number of Marauders still alive. Didn't really lose much at all there. Kyrix does back off a little bit here, waiting for 4 more roaches to show up. I'm not sure if he's going to continue with this assault or take this time to get some additional tech or what. He's getting 20 more Zerglings, but we've seen already that these Blue Flame Hellions just utterly dominate lings, so I'm not sure if that's a great decision either. He might have wanted to spend that money on another hatch over at the 3rd location maybe, but oh, there he does actually have another hatch coming down, but Kyrix is moving now again. There's a ton of Marauders here just waiting to bash these roaches. They don't have concussive shell research, which is interesting, but they do have Stimpack. Now we see a Nidus network building for Kyrix. He only has this one Overlord here for spotting, but I believe he's got enough vision. Yes, he does, and Ensnare actually can't see right here, so if he drops that worm in that perfect placement, this could be very, very good for him. These Marauders are out of place. The Nidus network is almost done. Where will this worm pop up? Right there. I'm not sure. Can Ensnare see it? Yes, he can. So how is he responding? He has not pulled any SCVs, has not pulled any units. He doesn't know it's coming yet. It actually doesn't roar until it bursts out of the crust. He's trying to take out some forces here for Kyrix, but Kyrix has the majority of his forces loaded into this worm. Now he's going to start popping out, and we'll do the picture-in-picture on Ensnare's army while this huge force of Kyrix starts to tear up his main. Here at the ramp, there are a few Marauders and Marines still alive. All the SCVs got pulled by Ensnare. Looks like a lot of damage is going on here. Lots of units being lost by Ensnare, but not by Kyrix. There are no SCVs left to kill there, but he is able to just work on these depots, these barracks, kill things off, while Ensnare, it looks like, is retreating home with the few forces that he has left. Kyrix actually doing a good job on that front as well, stopping that force from doing anything. So Kyrix, with the sneaky Nidus worm in the back, looks like he is going to be able to take this game. Ensnare just does not have many units left in comparison, 59 food to 83. He has no real way to deal with this Nidus worm, which is still streaming out units. At this rate, I don't think Ensnare is going to be able to replenish fast enough to deal with this, and SCVs start dying too as he pulls them off the line to continue fighting. Lots of roaches still alive here, but only 4 Marauders in the very deep red starting to die off now. And is Kyrix going to continue supplying his Nidus worm? Yes, it looks like a bunch more lings and roaches are coming out now off of these 2 hatches. He's got a 3rd hatch starting to mine up here as well, so if Ensnare can't kill this worm off, he is going to probably, you know, bite the dust here. And a barracks goes down, still a lot of roaches alive, lots of SCVs being pulled to try and stop this from continuing, but I think Kyrix is not going to be stopped. He's just able to replenish so quickly off of those 2 hatches, and Ensnare being forced to pull all of his SCVs there, not in good shape. He's down to 41 supply now against 85. This just keeps getting worse and worse and going farther into Kyrix's favor. He's going to continue killing these units as they pop out, and Ensnare hasn't even tried to move all his production buildings. Instead, he just lets their add-ons go down, lets these units die as soon as they pop out, and another SCV goes down there. There are lots of mules and SCVs still mining over here, but it looks like the Lings have finally worked their way over here. We see a couple of Lings just taking out SCVs without any resistance, and Ensnare should be seeing a GG here any second now. I mean, he really cannot fight back. He's building 2 more barracks here at his natural and 2 starboards, but he does GG. Kyrix takes game 1, and now let's move into game 2 to see if Kyrix can take the best of 3 and move on to the round of 8, or if Ensnare has some fight left in him and tries to combat his way back into this tournament.